Our world, for all its scientific progress, remains full of mysteries. Some of the most baffling enigmas are found in our own history. Real events that defy explanation and challenge what we think we know. Tonight, we delve into 3 such cases. A phantom killer haunting Europe, 3 children vanishing from an Australian beach, and a traveler from a country that doesn't exist. These are stories that force us to confront the limits of our understanding. Some mysteries fade, others deepen. Dark Data Files examines 3 real cases that continue to defy explanation. DNA is the gold standard in criminal investigation until it isn't. For decades, it has been the ultimate tool for solving crimes, a seemingly infallible thread connecting suspects to scenes, victims to perpetrators. But what happens when the very science we trust most leads us astray? In 1993, a quiet town in Germany is shaken by a brutal murder. In Idar Oberstein, a woman is found dead, and the community is left searching for answers. Investigators collect evidence from the scene, a teacup, carefully swabbed and sealed. When the DNA is analyzed, it points to an unknown woman, a genetic fingerprint with no match in any database. Over the next 15 years, this same mysterious DNA profile appears at more than 40 crime scenes across Germany, France, and Austria. The crimes range from murders and robberies to burglaries, and even the shooting of a police officer. Each time, the same genetic trace is left behind, as if the perpetrator is everywhere and nowhere at once. She becomes known as the Phantom of Heilbronn, a ghostly suspect with no face, no motive, and no witnesses. The media runs wild with speculation, and the public grows fearful of a criminal mastermind who seems to defy capture. Police form special task forces, spending millions of euros and dedicating years to the hunt. Hundreds of DNA samples are collected from suspects, witnesses, and even police officers, but every lead circles back to the same enigmatic profile. Every clue, every scrap of evidence leads back to the same genetic signature. Yet despite the overwhelming scientific certainty, the suspect remains invisible. No one has ever seen her, and no one can explain her presence at so many unrelated crimes. Then, in 2009, the case takes a bizarre turn. Investigators find the same female DNA on evidence from a male suspect, an impossibility that shatters their confidence in the investigation. How could the same woman's DNA appear on a man's belongings? The answer is as simple as it is devastating. The cotton swabs used to collect DNA evidence were contaminated at the factory, tainted by an unsuspecting worker. The Phantom of Heilbronn never existed. She was a ghost conjured by a single repeated error in the forensic process. Years of investigation, millions of euros spent, and countless hours of police work, all based on a single, invisible mistake. The consequences ripple through the justice system, leaving investigators and the public questioning everything they thought they knew. The real lesson here is sobering. Even our most trusted science can mislead us if the process is flawed. No matter how advanced our technology, human error can still find a way in, turning certainty into confusion. The murder of Officer Michael Kiesewetter, once thought to be the work of the Phantom, is eventually solved by other means. Real answers come from traditional detective work, not contaminated evidence. The rest of the crimes are re-examined, their only link now gone. Investigators must start over, sifting through years of confusion to find the truth. The Phantom of Heilbronn stands as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder that evidence is only as reliable as the methods and people behind it. Even the most sophisticated science can be undone by a simple oversight. How many other cases, we must wonder, have been built on similarly shaky ground? How many innocent people have been accused or guilty ones set free because of a hidden flaw in the process? The ghost was never real, but the consequences were. The damage done by a single contaminated swab rippled through lives, careers, and the very foundation of forensic science. In the end, the case forces a humbling re-evaluation of forensic science. It reminds us that skepticism and rigorous checks are as important as the technology itself. Sometimes the greatest mystery is not the crime itself, but how easily we can be deceived by what we trust most. The Phantom of Heilbronn is a story of science, error, and the enduring need for vigilance in the pursuit of truth. Some mysteries are terrifying in their simplicity, echoing through the years with a chilling clarity that never fades. The disappearance of the Beaumont children is one such mystery, a story that has haunted Australia for generations. On a bright Australia day in 1966, siblings Jane, Anna, and Grant Beaumont, just 9, 7, and 4 years old, set off on a short bus ride to Glenelg Beach, a place filled with laughter and sunshine. It was a trip they'd made before, a simple outing in a trusting era. Their mother, Nancy, expected them home by noon, watching the clock in the window as the hours slipped by. When the children didn't arrive, a creeping sense of dread took hold. Panic spread quickly, and soon the entire community was searching, calling their names, scouring the sand, hoping for a sign. Witnesses later recalled seeing the children with a tall, sun-tanned man, someone who seemed friendly, even familiar. He was never seen again. Jane was seen buying pastries with a £1 note, money she hadn't left home with. The detail was small but chilling, a clue that only deepened the mystery. The last sighting of the Beaumont children was of them walking away from the beach, hand in hand, appearing happy and unafraid. After that, they simply vanished, leaving behind only questions and heartbreak. The search that followed was one of the largest in Australian history. Police, volunteers, and even the military combed beaches, storm drains, and construction sites, desperate for any trace. The mysterious man seen with the children was never identified, despite countless leads and composite sketches. Over the decades, suspects were named, rumors and hoaxes abounded, and the case became a national obsession. Yet, no evidence ever surfaced. No bodies, no confessions, no closure. The disappearance of the Beaumont children changed Australia forever. Parents became more protective. Children were no longer allowed to roam free, and the nation's sense of innocence was lost. For the Beaumont family, hope lingered for decades. Every knock at the door, every phone call brought a flicker of possibility, but answers never came. Both parents, Nancy and Jim, passed away without ever knowing what happened to their beloved children. Their grief became a quiet echo in Australian history. The police file remains open, the questions unresolved. Who was the man who gained their trust? What really happened that day? Why did the children trust him? Where did they go? The answers remain just out of reach, like footprints washed away by the tide. The disappearance is a haunting void. No bodies, no clues, just 3 children lost to time, their story woven into the fabric of a nation's memory. Today, Glenelg Beach remains a place of beauty, but for many, it's forever haunted by the memory of Jane, Anna, and Grant. The Beaumont case is a stark reminder that even in the most ordinary places, the unthinkable can happen, and that some wounds never truly heal. Sometimes, the simplest mysteries are the most devastating, leaving behind a legacy of sorrow and unanswered questions. The questions linger, echoing across generations, as families hold their children a little closer and wonder how such a tragedy could ever happen. Some absences are never filled, and some stories never find their ending. The Beaumont children remain lost, but never forgotten. In the summer of 1954, a sharply dressed man steps off a plane at Tokyo's Haneda Airport, blending in perfectly with the international travelers of the era. He appears confident, calm, and entirely unremarkable, at least at first glance. But when he presents his passport to immigration officials, confusion ripples through the room. The document is from Torrid, a country that, according to every map and record, simply doesn't exist. His paperwork is immaculate, complete with official stamps and signatures. Every detail seems authentic, and his story never wavers, no matter how many times he's questioned. The man insists that Tord is a real nation, located between France and Spain. He's baffled when officials show him a map and point to Andorra, the only country in that region. He points directly to Andorra's location, but is adamant that his homeland, Tord, has existed for centuries. He can't understand why no one has heard of it. The man is fluent in several languages, including French and Japanese, and carries a wallet filled with currencies from various European countries, as if he's a seasoned traveler. He even produces a driver's license and checkbooks issued by Tord's government and banks. Japanese officials are left utterly perplexed, unable to find any inconsistencies in his story or his documents. Yet when they try to verify his business contacts and hotel reservation, they hit a dead end. The companies he claims to work with don't exist, and the hotel he booked has no record of his name. Every attempt to confirm his identity leads to more questions. The officials grow increasingly frustrated as the man's story, so convincing at first, begins to unravel. With no answers, authorities decide to detain him overnight in a secure hotel room, posting guards outside his door to ensure he doesn't disappear. But by morning the man is gone. His room is untouched, his belongings have vanished, and there's no sign of forced entry or escape. The door was locked from the outside, the window sealed shut, and the guards swear they saw and heard nothing unusual all night. Police search the room and the surrounding area, but there's no trace of the mysterious traveler or any of his possessions. It's as if he simply ceased to exist. Some dismiss the story as an elaborate urban legend, a tale spun from rumor and speculation rather than fact. Yet the details of the case continue to appear in books, articles, and documentaries about the world's greatest mysteries, fueling endless debate and curiosity. Was he a master con artist, a victim of mistaken identity, or something far stranger? Perhaps a traveler from a parallel world? Some theorists suggest he may have slipped through the cracks between dimensions, arriving in a reality where his country never existed. Others wonder if he was lost in time, or if his story is a warning about the limits of our understanding of the universe. The man from Tord continues to captivate us, tapping into our deepest fascination with the unknown and the possibility that reality is far stranger than we imagine. What if there are other worlds, just out of reach, places where the impossible is possible, and the boundaries of existence are not as fixed as we believe? Whether the story is fact or fiction, it endures because it challenges our sense of what is real, and reminds us that the world is full of mysteries waiting to be explored. Sometimes the truth is stranger than any fiction, and the boundaries of our reality are more fragile than we think. The traveler from a country that never was remains an enduring enigma, a reminder that, in our vast and mysterious world, some questions may never be answered. 3 stories, 1 thread, unanswered questions. Each case reveals the limits of science, the pain of loss, or the fragility of reality itself. These mysteries endure not for lack of investigation, but because the evidence leads only to more questions. They remind us that certainty is often an illusion. Perhaps one day new evidence will bring answers, or perhaps these enigmas will remain permanent fixtures in the dark data files of human history. We are all explorers in a world still filled with mystery. Subscribe to Dark Data Files for more real-life mysteries every week.